my goodness, welcome to my channel. It is September 1st. It is the first day of school. I'll show you my shirt later. I have a dinosaur skirt on. I am ready to rock. The plan is students get off the buses and they go in through the playground gates. Basically, that's just discouraging anyone coming in through the front doors of the school that are not like a school district staff. We don't want like parents. We don't have mentors, foster grandparents, nothing this year. It's just teaching staff and then any licensed therapists that have their own like medical screening process that they have to go through too, so that they can come into our school. So kids will get off the school bus at 7:15 and then we will start our day. I am looking forward to it. There's a lot of things that we are unsure about. There's a lot of things that we are still like winging as we go, but we're going to make it happen. I'm excited for the kids to be here. I'm happy we're in person. We're actually 100% in person. We're not doing any of the like 50-50 like some of the districts near us are doing 50% today, 50% tomorrow. Nope, we're going all in and I'm ready for it. I'll also have some of my online friends this afternoon. Technology problems. Not all of them have logins. I still don't have some of their email addresses. Like the online portion is a big hot mess, but we have a meeting after school to try to sort out that hot mess and hopefully we can do this. I saw a little kindergartner getting on the bus on the way here and I think that's what like really hit me, that like today's the first day of school and we're doing this. We're ready. I'm ready at least. I don't know if all the kids are ready. I mean, it's crazy to think that we haven't seen them since our St. Patrick's Day party.
So one of the crazy things about being back in person during COVID and having school is we can't get lunch like we normally would do. We can have 5 kids in the lunchroom at a time. They get their lunch and they go back to their classrooms and eat. So everyone's lunches basically look like this. So you've got your hot choice and then you've got packaged fruit and then this is carrots, and I already ate my pineapples before I realized I should show you. So everything down to the silverware is plastic. So it's kind of sad that there's so much stuff now that we're throwing away. All these styrofoam things that normally we would just have containers that you could wash. And obviously we can't wash anything with COVID because they just don't want this stuff coming back into the lunch area. They want it thrown away in the classroom so then all those germs are contained. So it is 11:51 now. I'm technically kind of on my lunch, but also like starting my online learning. So I'm gonna set up a Google Meet for my online students and I'll talk to you guys later after school probably.
So like I mentioned before, I'm an online teacher in the afternoon, which is kind of crazy. It's not something I volunteered for at all. It just kind of got voluntold on me and I guess I'm handling it okay right now. So I just met up with my kids. I read them a chapter of the Boxcar Children. I picked this because it's a longer series. So if we get down to it where I don't have much going on with the kids, that I can read a couple chapters a day, and we have like all 75 books or something ridiculous like that in the library. So it's a good series that we have lots of. And it's also not one that the kids are really familiar with, so I don't have to worry about competing with other kids to get the sequels. Because obviously these students are online, they're not coming into school to check out these books in the libraries. And then I have, Can You See What I See? Treasure Ship, and that's what I had displayed, presented when the kids came in, just so that they could look for things like a whale's tail and a broken heart and a long flowing hair and a lightning bolt, just to keep them busy while I was waiting for others to arrive. Seems to me that kids get into shenanigans during Google Meets when they're not expected to do anything right away and they're just supposed to be there like mingling, and they don't mingle very well. They need something to distract themselves with.
We got these new printers and I finally remembered my PIN code. It's just so annoying that we have to put in a pin to print something. And half the time I come all the way over here and then the printer doesn't work anyways, and that's annoying. By the way, not wearing a mask because I'm the only one here, which is crazy because it's only 4:30. Everyone else was like, peace out. Print. Hello. Thank you. Thank you. But also, like, we've never had to clean up a copy machine before, and now literally everything you touch, you're supposed to clean. So thank God I'm like a Lysol Clorox dealer, because I work at Walmart and I have easy access to them because I'm there like every other day. Every day I saw them, I would just pick up a package.
I know a lot of teachers are feeling like super overwhelmed for their first day, but like honestly, my first day was really great. The most overwhelmed and unsure I felt was just like some of the basic routines that changed because of COVID. Like, how are we getting the kids inside? How are we getting them off the bus? How are we getting their backpacks in? How are we dealing with the lunch situation? And we figured it out. We adapted. We modified it as needed. There was even a kid that ate lunch in my room and got pepperoni all over the floor, but like, we handled it. We were fine. I think the weird thing about COVID is it just pushes everybody out of their comfort zones. Everything that you used to do and that worked before Doesn't work anymore. You can't keep your classroom set up the same way as you did last year or the years prior, because it's not going to work like that anymore. 6 feet apart or little pod groups, so that if one student is sick, the other one is sick, but not the whole class. And that's just kind of how we're operating with some of our larger classes. So I'm excited about being back. I'm really happy to be in person. I hated teaching online, but I'm also dreading being back because now I do have to teach some students online. So if you're new here, I teach my special education students in the morning, and then in the afternoon we have it set up so that my paras do the supporting roles within the students' curriculum. So like science, social studies, number corner, supports like that, where sometimes I would have stepped in and done the number corner, or I'd be doing more academic interventions with students that were falling behind, because I'm the interventionist at my school too. So special education teacher and interventionist, both of them at the same time. It's really fun, it's really great, and it works. But COVID means no intervention groups. You can't be pulling kids from different levels and different grades to make an intervention group that mixes. That doesn't work anymore. So my district gave everyone the option that they could receive their schooling virtually if they like, which is great. But they had so many that were so interested in it that they had to reach out. So now anyone who teaches intervention, we're not doing interventions anymore, and we now teach online. So the morning I teach my students, and then in the afternoon I teach online, and we're working on it. It's a hot mess. We're coping. We're figuring it out. So the morning is wonderful. In the afternoon, I'm still very unsure. I'm very uncertain. I still have no idea what's going on. I've only met 6 of the students I'm assigned to out of 14, but we're working on it, okay? We're working on it. I promised you an outfit of the day, so I shall deliver. We've got our first day of school t-shirt from Amazon. I looked, it's not available anymore. And besides, by the time you're watching this, you don't have first day of school anymore either. You're probably on like next week of school, or you're at home in your pajamas, which is comfy too. We have this lovely dinosaur skirt, which is also from Amazon and also not available. I wore this because I knew we were taking mass breaks outside. We have like a bike trail near our school, so we can walk on the trail, and it's actually a 6-foot across trail. So we have kids on this side and kids on this side, and in theory they're 6 feet apart, but only if the person in front of them and behind them is also 6 feet behind and in front of them. So I wore this skirt thinking, well, something we're telling our students is if there is a large cow in front of them, like a dairy cow, we live in Wisconsin, we're around cows a lot, so a cow is about 6 feet long. So if there's a student and then there's another student in front of them, well, it's a 6-foot distance. So I also wore the skirt thinking that I could tell students, especially the younger ones, if a cow is 6 feet long, a baby dinosaur is also 6 feet long. So make sure when you are outside, not wearing your mask, that you have a baby dinosaur distance in front of you. So yes, first day of school shirt, dinosaur skirt. This headband actually is from Amazon too. This is an Amazon outfit of the day apparently. And it has the little buttons on it so you can hook your mask on it, and then it's not in your ears. So I like that. I believe it is probably still available because I just recently purchased it like a month ago. So I will link that down below if you're interested. If not, but as a whole, today went really well. The morning was great. Minor hiccups in the morning. Kids didn't know where to go. We have sticks with their teachers' faces on it that designate what section of the playground their class is allowed to play in. So one day, one of the kindergarten classes gets to play on the slides, and then the next day, the first grade class gets to play on that section of the playground. So then the next day, a different group has that same section of the playground. So then their teacher's yard sign face is moved somewhere else. And then they have those orange cones that sometimes the gym teachers use. We have yardsticks with teachers' faces on them so they know where their line is to line up, because obviously we want to keep kids distant when we're lining up at recess, because once the bell rings, it's like a mad dash usually for their lines that we normally would go into, but we wanted to make sure the students knew how far we wanted them to be spread out. So that's why we used the yardsticks with their teachers' faces on them. So then everybody goes inside. They sit in their desks, they get a squirt of hand sanitizer, and then we hand out breakfast snack. And actually my district has a grant right now that all students in my school get free breakfast and lunch until December. So they roll down the milk, they have containers of snacks, and every student can pick a milk and they'll get a snack put on their desk. Then after that, they get to clean their desk off, and then they start the day. So then the trash is taken out after everyone in the class is done with their breakfast lunch, and then they go off to their lockers in groups. So the students are grouped in desk pods, and then they're also grouped by their lockers so that certain groups of students can go, and they won't be going at the same time as another group of kids that are same, like right next to them. So say this is a group, this is a group, and then over here is another group. This group and this group can go to their lockers at the same time because they won't be touching, but this group in the middle has to wait until these two groups are done, just to like reduce all of the congestion in our hallways, because we are a one hallway school. Actually, we're a really small school, and it's wonderful because I think we're going to make it through this COVID stuff okay. The biggest problem is we only have one bathroom, so we're anticipating that being an issue. So we're trying to not have the kids drink so much water, which is so funny because last year we went through this whole thing where we were trying to keep the kids hydrated and how great water is, and everybody had their water bottle, and yes, everybody has their water bottle, but we're trying to discourage them from drinking 4 water bottles a day, where some of them were literally challenging each other to how much water they could drink. We have students that are used to the drinking fountain. They like the routine of going to the bathroom and then getting a drink and then lining up there with their class. Well, we don't do that. You go to the bathroom, you wash your hands, and then you come back to the room right away because we don't want you mingling in the hallway. Because I teach resource special education, we do a lot of supporting the first week of school. We don't just start pulling kids out, especially when we have new kids, new kindergartners. We want them to get to know their students and their class and their teacher. So we just support during those times that I've made the schedule for. And then next week, we'll start trying to do academic pullouts for students that it's applicable for. Otherwise, we'll just keep going. Like first grade foundations, I like to keep them in first grade foundations until they've learned the entire alphabet. And then once we start spelling words, then I'll pull them out just so that we can have more practice with the words. So we might take one lesson for 3 days total, where everybody else will just do one lesson a day, where we like to slow it down just so that we can really learn the materials. So I mean, today was just a pretty chill day. I went out for a walk with second grade on a mask break. I saw third grade was out doing a mask break. And then if you had gym this week, you got to go outside too. If you had art today, you're gonna have art the rest of this week and one more day next week. So it's just easier on the MAPE, music, art, physical education teachers to sanitize their stuff and just keep it more consistent so that they're with the same group of kids. If you have music one day, then you have art, and then you have gym, and one of those teachers is infected, then that's a problem when that teacher's been surrounded by the entire school in those 3 days. So by keeping it to 6 days, we're hoping that it's like less exposure to the kids and to the teacher overall. So music and art is on a cart. I have a picture of the art teacher's cart actually because I thought it was so cute and I was complimenting her on it today. And then gym goes outside still, unless it's raining. If it's snowing, we still have gym outside. So it can be 35 degrees out and we'll be outside playing in the snow, playing some kickball. I don't know. We've never really had gym outside. We've always just used the gym. But right now the gym is half lunchroom area, half like assorted storage of stuff that doesn't fit in people's classrooms, like my cozy couch, my turtle box. They took those away from me, but they didn't take the swing because they don't want to take it apart. But I don't have the actual swing that hooks onto it, so it's just kind of a, would you say, an eighth of my room hanging out empty, which is why we have this. So I just put the pocket charts right here. So then, yeah, I had my lunch and then I did my stuff with my online students and it went great. After school, a parent called me because their child got on the wrong bus, apparently, but it's the same bus that they've always been on, and they got taken to the wrong school and the parent had to go get them, and that was just a whole big ordeal. While I was having a meeting with our curriculum coordinator, we survived the first day of school. I was intending to put all the names on my students' pencil boxes. I also was intending to sharpen those pencils, but I didn't get to it, and I don't plan on it because I am going to go home. It's so weird, like trying to get myself back into the routine of, oh, it's 5 o'clock, time to go home, time to have some dinner, and then maybe go to the gym, because like I've been in my Walmart routine and now I'm trying to get into my school routine because I've been working at Walmart 40 hours a week since March, and now I'm trying to get back into my teaching routine, and I don't know, stuck on my Walmart mode, which is just strange to think of. So I'm gonna clean up my mess and I'm gonna go home. My table, it's okay, but you can tell that's where I was teaching from today. I just wish that the phone was closer. Like I tried to pull it over, but it didn't work. It'd be nice if the cord could reach like right there. Then I could answer parent phone calls while I was still there, or just like scoot between. But the cord is not long enough because the phone is what connects the computer to the internet line or something like that. So yeah, the phone's there to stay. Oh darn, exercise. So thanks for watching this video. I'm gonna end this video right here, and I'll see you guys tomorrow on Wednesday, where I will probably do Wednesday, Thursday, Friday together because I don't imagine having enough for 3 days of separate videos, but you never know. I might get chatty. I hate being here late at school because there's all just those random creepy noises. And we don't like random creepy noises, especially bats get into our school occasionally because apparently there's a bat nest near here and they really like our school, and I would rather not run into a bat. No thanks.